What up? This is Grace Vee checking in with you. Y'all already know what it is. Thank y'all for taking the time out to tune into my interview. Sit back, relax, and get to know more about me. Alright? Grace Vee, she's a rapper, singer, songwriter. She's creative, she's authentic. I'm from Florida. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I have a lot of brothers and sisters, so we moved around a lot, but for the most part, that always stuck with me was music. It was always my therapy, always my go-to. I went from writing poems to writing songs, and it just, grew from there till I was battling in corners in my high school. So, I'm an artist, and I love what I do, and I put my heart and passion and my soul into it. So I can't wait for y'all to hear what's to come. I got my start in music, honestly, y'all gonna flip out, but 3 years old. I was 3 years old when I got my start in music. I recited the entire LL Cool J Mama Said Knock You Out record for my whole entire family, and this was before I even started school. So it's been in my veins since I was yay high. The inspiration of all the different, genres of music that I grew up around, it really influenced the person that I am today, because I was able to take a little bit from everybody that I've learned from and create something for myself and for the people to enjoy. So, that's that.
Florida.
Yeah, I was, and I didn't really understand it because I was so young. So I kind of just was, living life and learning and growing, and trying to figure out what music was. And then we moved down to Florida, and we had so many different outlets and access to different stuff. My mom had all these albums from Tina Turner to Donna Summer to we were just listening to the Temptations and so many different elements of music that inspired me, that I felt like, oh my goodness. And then when I got old enough to realize what hip hop was, what rap was, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, Spinderella, everybody that Lady Rage, so many more artists that grew from me growing up. It actually molded me and taught me so much. You know what I mean? So I learned from the greats. Coming up, from moving from the north coming to the south, it was very challenging because everybody felt like you wasn't down south enough, or people feel like, oh, where you come from, or oh, you from New York, because it was always a New York issue. Somebody say they from New York, and everybody just kind of, the energy shifts. So it's just all right, I just did me, I get in where I fit in. I try to stay out of trouble. Tried. But for the most part, I stayed true to myself. In high school and middle school, we all started this thing where we would do freestyle battles, and it was so dope because we would have 4 periods to come up with the dopest line, because when lunchtime hits, nigga, your shit better be on point. So people was talking about people airing dirty laundry. It was crazy, but we found a creative way instead of fighting, because our school has so much fighting. Instead of fighting, we found a creative way to get our anger out without fighting. So we all used to rap. I've been in a lot of ciphers, freestyle ciphers. That molded me, that helped me get my my rhymes and my flows together. So it all developed naturally. I started writing poetry in middle school, and then I took it from there. I made that move when I was younger. I had to be maybe 10, 11, when I came to Florida. Our family moved here, so I was raised here, you know what I'm saying? So my first blunt I smoked, my first fight, my first, getting drunk, it all happened in Florida. So I'm from Florida, and I rep it because, it's a part of me, but I also rep New York because every summer I would also go back. So it was I never left. So I kind of have the best of both worlds in me, but for the most part, I just know that when I get to my music and I start rapping, it can't nothing be defined at that point, because it's just it's just who I am. So it's all cool. From New York, I definitely got that fearless attitude, that confidence, that cypher battle mode. Anytime anybody come up in here, I got the lines for them. I'm dropping them. If somebody say, yo, she want to battle, we battling. I used to battle a lot, I stopped battling, but I used to battle a lot starting off, just to kind of get my respect. But I also did it just to exercise. It was very good always coming up with stuff on the spot, not necessarily having to write it down, but to just naturally have that in you. Then I started transitioning into making actual records, because freestyling wasn't always ending well for me, and situations got rocky. You know what I'm saying? Violence and all that. So I try to not put my energy into negativity. So I just channeled it. Instead of just me rapping about somebody, let me just use it and make a record. So I started learning how to make records as opposed to being a battler. That's where I got that from, in the New York side of me. I was very fearless on that end. But on the down south portion, it's more my beats, my swag, what we about in Orlando, where I come from, where I grew up. That's what that side teaches me on the delivery aspect, as far as, okay, you in the South, so I'm showing you around and where I'm from and how things go. So it's all about just taking my environment and mixing it with what I've always been taught from both sides. After high school, I went to school, I did college, I finished that, and I was just like, you know what, there's more I need more. I'm not fulfilled. And the only time I felt fulfilled was when I was in the studio, was when I was in front of a crowd. So at that point I said, you know what, I need to do what's best for Grace, and that's just to be an artist and be free and do what I want to do. And I'm very into that now than I was back when I was younger, because I was just doing it for the thrill, because I love the feeling. But after high school, I started getting real professional, real about my business, going to studios, recording myself, hearing it back, speaking with experienced people who've been in the industry, things like that. So I kind of took it on the business level, read a lot, did a lot of research, started to get myself ready and say to myself, all right, well, this is what I want to do professionally. I ain't bullshitting no more. So right after high school, I made that decision, and it's been going from there. I'm open for both opportunities, unless, I'm actually more independent. And I would love working with a label. And I say that because you can actually work with a label and be independent. It's, having distribution. So if I could come across a situation like that, I wouldn't mind signing, but my independence is very important to me. I definitely take that under consideration before making any decision, because it's very important to stay on your own as an individual rather than to fall in line with everybody else. And I think being independent, you have the creative control to make things different, to change things, and that's really what I'm about. So, I'm definitely open to both, as long as independence is in the conversation. The state of hip hop right now is kind of at a downfall. Even though music is coming back and everybody is coming together, I still feel like there's separation. Growing up in the 87 and the early 90s, and learning going backwards to the 80s, I've always believed in unity and females always coming together. So this is very new to me. I feel like it's just one at a time, and it was, I remember when the industry was flooded with women. So I feel like us women on the hip hop side need to step it up. All the female rappers that spit, stop hiding, come out, show yourself, let the world know what you do. Don't be ashamed, because we need as much women as possible, because I don't feel like there's enough, and I don't feel like there's enough variety. I feel like everybody's just on one side of the metric, when there's a whole wide field that you have to, fulfill. So I feel like there's room for everybody right now, but right now I feel like it's at a low. I feel like the ratio from the men to the women fall very below, which is very awkward given with social media and given that we're in a new time and a new millennium. So it's kind of crazy that we're even going through this, but I guess that's just how it is, and I hope eventually everything will fall back into place. Well, I feel like it's more male dominant, because men don't really have to, men, believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but men support each other more. I feel like men look out for each other more. I feel like it's more of a brotherhood. I feel like, you look out for me, I look out for you. I don't feel like there's, I know there's competition in the industry with men, but I don't feel like men take the competition the same as we females do. It's very catty. It can get very messy with women, and that's why it's been at the state that it's in. I don't know why. I don't know why women just can't boss up and make money together, or just do something so different. I don't know why it has to be, all or nothing, but I do know that it is a difference in it. You can notice it. It's noticeable. Everybody sees it. Like, the men are on all each other's records. You got DJ Khaled putting, Trey Songz, everybody on this, Chris Brown, Jeremiah, everybody on the same record, and they all in the same field genre, and they don't have no issue working together. So we can't, with women, it's like we can't put all these female rappers on one record because everyone's gonna be trying to outshine the other one. It's gonna be mad, diva shit going on. And it's like, when men, they can just do it. They can just get to it. It's a natural thing for men to like just, bond and get shit done. But for women, it's just something in the air. I don't know. I hope we get it together though, because it's looking kind of dry. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. And I got records out right now. Move in Silence. That's one of my first independent records that I dropped 2017 on my first EP. I have Saucy Bossy Diva, Real Rap. So if you go on my SoundCloud page, you can see all my records. But right now I got Move in Silence, and I have some remixes that I've done, some she mixes I like to call it, because I like to she mix a lot of these records, and there's a lot of men that come through with the she mix and put the female spin on it and get everybody tuned in on that side. So I have a lot of she mixes. I got the Drip Too Hard. I got mad stuff out there. So it's just a matter of searching that name. You're gonna have a whole variety of options to choose from.
Okay, all right, that's what's up.
Sure.
Let's take that opportunity while you say that to just let them know where they can go to, how they find that music, how they find the content. Time is of the essence.
Essence Music is located on Tidal, on Apple Music, on Amazon Music. You can also find it on SoundCloud.com/The Real Essence Music, and also you can find a lot of my stuff on YouTube at Lioness Music. So again, as long as you type in Grace Vee, GRACE space VEE, you will see all my music. Also, I got more, stuff coming up, and once, my YouTube page gets popping, I'll go ahead and put the link to my website so you can, go through there and get all the songs. But you can search for it anywhere. Yes, Time is of the Essence Volume 2. That's dropping at the end of the summer, so y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm also going to come through with an EP following that. So I got some things up my sleeve and some, new music that I want y'all to hear, some new visuals. So comment, share, subscribe, just so you can be a part of this. Comment, let me know what your feedback is. Let me know how you're feeling about everything. And, show the love and you'll get it back, always. I have a whole docu-series of being an independent artist, the ins, the outs, the no's, the yeses, the building your own situation. I'm going to have a lot of behind the scenes footage, a lot of interviews, and a lot of new music. So just stay tuned, because you're about to see what it's really like to be an independent artist on your own, and you're going to see the other side of it, and you're going to get to know all the ins and outs of the industry from my point of view. So this is like my open diary. So y'all stay tuned, and y'all be a part of everything I go through. So it's my journey and yours as well. Grace Vee, peace out, love.